行くぞ。はっGenocide Kata!
What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and today we're gonna have a little fun with my broski Rugal and my waifu Leona, my two favorite characters from the KOF franchise that are just absolutely insane. Even to this day, I mean, obviously we know Leona's pretty much #1, and Rugal has fallen behind a little bit, but the point of this video is to let y'all know if your character isn't the strongest, right? If your favorite character isn't the strongest, it doesn't mean you shouldn't have a little fun with them. Now, maybe they don't have a BS version, maybe they don't have an SS version, which hopefully in the future they will get, right? If they're not a BS fighter or a boss syndrome fighter in the franchise, or a boss fighter in the franchise, then more than likely they'll probably get an SS version in the future. But really, you should just have fun with whatever character you want to have fun with. And because in all honesty, I mean, at this point in the game, we really don't need super OP characters to get the scores that we need to get the maximum rewards. Like right here in Lunatic, we need 714 million, right? We need to finish this complete meter all the way down so that way everybody can get 2 boxes instead of 1 box. And I realize that a lot of you maybe in certain guilds you're not able to do this, but if you're able to get the 714 million on Lunatic, then you're good enough, right? You're going to be more than good enough. And you can see that the team, you know, my #1 guy here, Alex, shout out to Alex that did here. You got 1.7 million, which is going to be better than what I'm going to get because I think I play a little bit different than other players. I'm more of a spammer instead of just using my 3PGs over and over and over because I don't like the fight to last for 10 minutes. I'm just not into it, man. I feel like I get burnt out when I do that kind of stuff. Now, I just have a lot more fun spamming here in Leona and Rugal, yeah, you know, over and over and over. I just enjoy it. I don't know. I just have a lot more fun whenever I play that way. And that's really the way that you should play, in my opinion. I mean, as far as just having fun. If you have more fun doing 3PGs more often, using your supers more often, by all means, do it. You know, play the game however you want. That's the way it should be. But we're going to be using this team right here because we're going to use my two favorite characters. And then we're also going to use Chrysalid on here because I do enjoy playing Chrysalid. He's not really one of my favorite characters in the franchise. I do like him, but he's just an awesome character to play with, right? Now, you're probably wondering to yourselves, why is Leona in the leadership? Some of you already know, some of you don't. Because, you know, Chrysalid's leadership actually increases boss fighter attack by 60%. So you think, oh, okay, so that's going to buff up Leona and Rugal. Wrong. No, it won't. No, it won't. Leona is not a boss fighter, right? And I think it's a little misconception. She is a boss syndrome fighter, obviously, but she's not a boss fighter. She doesn't have that tag. If you look, there is no boss fighter tag here. So whenever you put Chrysalid in leadership, and I am guilty of this, I'm even guilty of this in past videos, where I assume, which is something you should never do, that she was considered a boss fighter. I never even looked at the tag, and yeah, she is not. Lo and behold, she is not. So really, for all the characters to benefit, having her in the leadership is just, well, it's really better than Rugal. Rugal offers 45% attack to all fighters, which is fine, but she also offers the PG rate on top of the increased boss syndrome fighters. And Rugal and Chrysalid are boss syndrome fighters. So really better just to use her leadership. As far as the build, guys, I mean, you've seen the build. You know what the build is. We got 5 Imprint Stones, and we're going to be running the Athena set. And then we got the boss syndrome fighter option card here to give a little extra attack. Then, of course, it can increase the attack whenever we drop in with a boss syndrome fighter. Very nice, blah, blah. We already know that. We know the builds that we use on these characters over and over and over. We got BS Chrysalid here. Let's run the City of Darkness. I just love running the City of Darkness on this guy. I mean, obviously, we don't have available. Serena set. And then Rugal, of course, has got the Serena set, and he's got that Blast option card for the boss syndrome fighters. So let's jump in here and let's see how this goes. Let's do it to it. And I don't know what it is, but it seems like I've been seeing a little bit more like slow-mo in guild raid. My guild raid scores have actually kind of went down lately, which is, I don't know, it's weird. It's really, really strange. But all we need is 714 million, right? And this is the point of the video, right? You know, whatever characters you got, more than likely, like if you got any boss syndrome or SS fighters, you're going to be able to do this, right? And boom. So we'll just hit that 3PG. And by the way, guys, I'm just playing this by ear right now. I'm not really Okay, so we're going to switch to Leona here. Oh, man, bummer. That's all right. That's all right. We're going to go ahead and run through all these skills because, again, I'm more of a spammer than anything. There we go. We'll just switch to Leona. We'll break that bar, break that meter. Look at her, man. She's already did it. She already broke the meter. It doesn't take Leona long. I'm going to go ahead and switch to Rugal here because I don't want to spam Leona's skills just yet because the meter was already halfway down on Rugal, so we kind of want to space these out a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Now, I should be using a different striker. There we go. Now, this is what we want, right? We want to be able to spam her skills throughout the entire duration of the meter coming down on Rugal. That's what you want. And look at the score we've already gotten, right? Already over 400 million. Just ridiculous, right? Now, Rugal there, we pretty much just plowed through it. Now, I really should have had Omega Rugal as a striker because then we'd have a heal. But it is what it is. I'm sure we'll get by. We'll be fine. I mean, I could bring in BS Orochi and have an immunity. Oh, he went into an iframe. I should have hit my 3PG there, but that's all right, right? And, you know, even with your gameplay not really being that great, man, if you have any of these characters, this is just absolutely ridiculous. You know, what you can do, right? It's just nuts how much damage you can pour out. And now we get Spam Leona again. I mean, far from a perfect run, right? I mean, this is the first time I've even used this team in here. Oh, crap. I should have hit her 3PG a little bit earlier. No big deal, no big deal. Now we can use Chrysalid, apply a little Starlight. And, I mean, look at this, guys. Right? Over 1 billion points. That's how easy it is. That's how easy it is. It's just crazy. Right? I mean, look at that. Over 1 billion points. I just let Rugal get hit by Rugal. Why not? Right? So easy. And that's where we're at. That's where we're at in this game right now, right? A lot of players are just, we're just plowing through this like it's absolutely nothing. And that's not the best score. I could have done better than that for sure. But there's really no point because this meter, especially if you're in a fairly decent guild, will get brought down. Like my guys, shout out to my guild mates. They just get it done and destroy all of these things like nothing. I mean, they're like, I'm in 4th place. My boy Storm Red, Alisha, and Alex are all kicking my freaking rear, right? And of course, Leona, right? Guinness. And it, you know, I always say this about Guinness, man. It's so underrated, so overpowered, but people just kind of forget about him because of Leona. I mean, look at this. He did this with 3 3-star characters, right? Because he's probably spamming, or not spamming, but he's playing it to where he's using his 3PG. I mean, if you're using your 3PGs more often and you're using your supers and delaying that timer, you will do more damage. I mean, look at that, right? That is awesome. I mean, shout out to Storm Red. Great job, brother, right? I mean, look at this, man. See? I mean, I got a 5-star Rugal. I mean, it really, by the way, it just shows the power of Leona and Guinness, man. Just crazy, crazy. Nutso power. And that's where we're at, right? I mean, that in a way, this is the good thing about the game is that a lot of our favorite characters, well, I mean, I know for me in particular, for sure, but for a lot of us, our favorite characters are so strong that you can easily, like, look, you know, I know a lot of people didn't give Kula and Kay a lot of credit, right? But I guarantee, man, Kay and Kula, they can do very, very well. They can do very well in Guild Raid. You know, they can do pretty well. They can get it done. You'll be able to get the scores that you need to be able to get those boxes. Like that's where we're at in this game, is where like guild raid is pretty much a complete joke anymore. I mean, and something that we definitely need is we need some more difficult content, right? We need some in-game content, because I mean, it's good that we can take our favorite characters and easily plow through game modes. But like I said in a past video, when I was talking about power creep, whenever game modes become easy and you're just plowing through it, yeah, it's great for newer players, but for veterans like me, we get to the point where like, yeah, it's cool, we're destroying, we're getting these great scores, but I mean, Netmarble, you really need to give us a little something more. You need to give us some hardcore in-game content where when we have these built-up characters and we have 5 imprint stones on them and we have them all leveled up, that they're going to be like even more useful. I mean, it's good to be able to score those kind of points. Like, say you're in a low guild, but one of the players is a whale and they got like a whole big old stacked up roster, and they're probably damn near, you know, carrying their entire guild. But I don't like to look at things from that perspective, because I prefer the whole guild to work together to achieve enough points so everybody can get those double boxes every single day from guild raids. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that little run, and I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT plus 7 time. The link is in the description below, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See ya.